Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales. And today it's that time again. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a chat. A drink and a chat, so to speak. Because it wouldn't be Drink Tales without a drink. But today, the drink is a little bit special. So, the Atlanta podcast is back at it again. They've done another collaboration with Pontoon Brewing here in Atlanta. Black is Beautiful. Now, I'm going to give out some details about what's going on with this collaboration. So, this is their second collaboration with Pontoon Brewing. We featured their first beer before. It's part of the Black is Beautiful beer campaign, introducing collaborators at the Atlanta Beer Gang, and also Atlanta Signs of Change. And basically, this is for Black Lives Matter. Let's see what we have here inside. Why don't you tell us what's in the beer? So, according to the label, this is an imperial stout with cocoa, coffee, and vanilla. 10% alcohol per volume. Alright. So 20% of the profits from this beer will go to at Songs of Atlanta. And that's a LGBT organization for racial and economic justice in the South. So, glad we contributed, because we love to drink and we love to see change. And, of course, Black is beautiful and Black lives do matter. So we're going to have a little taste, and then we're going to have a talk. So let's see what we got here. I'm already spilling. And mine is already exploded. And it looks like chocolate syrup. Oh, and it's an imperial stout, in case we didn't mention. I mentioned that. I said imperial stout with cocoa and coffee and vanilla. And it's definitely a stout, for sure. Heavy cocoa notes. Love it. Heavy cocoa notes. That ain't bad. I like it too. It is stout season. We're getting into fall. And ironically, if you're watching this when this premieres tomorrow. If you're watching this tomorrow, Saturday, it will be the first day of Oktoberfest. As a matter of fact, it kicks off at 12 noon. Yeah, so when this video goes up, at least, 12 noon, probably not our time. Yeah, relative to whenever that blah blah blah. Yeah. But if you're watching this when this kicks off, either Oktoberfest will be happening, or it's about to happen, or relative to the time of where it's at. But today we wanted to have a discussion on how everybody's holding up during COVID. What are you guys actually doing? What kind of activities are you guys actually engaged in? And I mean that for those, more specifically for those that aren't working at the time. You know, a lot of us lost jobs or were temporarily taken off of our jobs because the industries that we work in depend on customer service and the like, and interactions with people. And this is specifically hard hitting for those in the bar and restaurant, food and beverage industry. Restaurants, bars, venues that have events and stuff like that, like, those people got messed up by the pandemic and have had to either look for another job. If they can't find a job, get on unemployment and stay on unemployment and just basically try to eke out whatever money they can until this blows over and everything can go back to normal. But that doesn't mean you
can't engage in other activities and whatnot to keep yourself going while this is going on.
It's a weird situation, and everybody's situation isn't the same. But in some ways, COVID has, because we're talking about the people whose jobs were affected and everything like that. But in some ways, people benefited because a lot of people were going to jobs that, let's be honest, let's be real, were soul crushing, maybe even demoralizing.
Yeah.
And they were just, it wasn't doing them any favors health-wise, physically or mentally.
If you didn't like your job and COVID took it away from you, count that as a blessing.
Maybe, well, count it as a blessing in the sense that
now you have a chance to
recoup, heal,
and
de-stress. I'm saying that, and I know that there are probably new stresses like where the next paycheck is coming from. But if you're in a position where that might not be too big of a worry, de-stressing, self-care,
find yourself, discover who you are and what that means to you in this new age.
And it may seem difficult, especially considering we don't know where we're going to be at as a country. We don't, you individually or with your families and stuff like that, you may not know where you're going to be at next week, how things are going to turn out, what the world is going to be like a year from now, especially in this country.
There's a lot of memes and stuff going around about 2021 can't get here any sooner, and I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, but if things don't turn out the way you want, then the year number isn't going to make a difference. The changing year number isn't going to make a difference. 2021 may be worse than this year.
Yeah. And at the time of recording this, I know a lot of people are crestfallen because literally a few hours ago, we just lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And I know that for a lot of people that follow politics and things like that, and especially with this upcoming election, how important her passing is, what that could mean going forward, even going into this election. And I know that things are probably hard, but I'm hoping that a lot of people are finding hope in little things, whether it be watching videos on YouTube, getting back to that project you put off maybe years ago because work got too busy,
or returning to stuff that you used to do. Like, I know for a lot of people, this is gonna sound weird, but like, if you're a millennial or a young adult in your 20s and 30s, and you used to go hard on an activity that younger people usually do, like video games or something like that, like, COVID probably allowed you to do that again. I know it did it for me. Like, I put down video games years ago, and within the last few months that this thing has been going on, I've played more than I've ever had in years.
Also, too, maybe you're discovering new talents, getting into new activities, finding out new things that you find interesting that you probably never would have had the time to get into pre-COVID.
Maybe you're in the middle of reinventing yourself so that when you come out of this, you're better for it.
And that's not to say that these are things you should do. These are things we hope you're doing because of how bleak things look.
These are things we hope you're doing. These are things that we more or less know that a lot of you are doing. Like I said, like we were saying before, everyone's experience in this is different. Everyone's in different situations. Everyone has their own different struggles that they have to go through. It's how you navigate those struggles that carves out who you are as a person.
So I know a lot of people thought that by now, we're in September, almost October. I know a lot of people hoped and thought that by now we would be getting past this and would be on the upswing. And I know it probably doesn't seem that way. Mostly because it's not. I don't know. I don't know if we're better off than we were in March. Every day it does seem like things are a little bleak. But I know you mentioned 2021. I would say that a lot of people look at going into 2021 as hope. I think they look towards that year as something to strive for and hope for.
Well, it's one thing to hope for better, but in all honesty, if you want that light at the end of the tunnel, you kind of have to work towards it.
Maybe,
I think that's the thing that this pandemic should have taught everyone. Now you have the time to make those changes when you're able to. Like we were saying before, we all have our different struggles, and we can't. Not everybody has the capacity to do the same as your neighbor or whatever. When you get the chance, do a little bit of something that's a positive change. There's an election coming up. Hopefully you guys have registered to vote or have, put forth the effort into voting and getting your voice heard.
Yeah, mail-in voting,
mail-in voting, early voting, all of that stuff.
That's a start. Even if that's the only thing you do is vote, that's a way of looking forward to the future and pushing for that change that we need. I know it's hard. It's hard on everybody. I think that when we started this channel, we did not anticipate it being us sitting down in front of the camera every week. We anticipated it being a majority of us being out and about and around.
Exactly.
And now we can't
There
really
were
travel.
a lot of places that we wanted to go, that we wanted to take you guys, not just around Atlanta, but like outside of the state.
Outside of the country even.
Exactly. I'm never gonna let this go, and I'm never gonna let this die, because I'm gonna complain about it every chance we get. But
No, not again.
Tales of the Cocktail, I want it to go. That was the thing I was looking forward to the most. There was a rum festival or thing that was going on in May down in Miami. I wanted to go to that too. It's been a while since I've been to Miami. I wanted to go back there. There were a lot of other places that we wanted to visit and just, document the drinking culture and everything.
And there's still hope. We're looking towards hope. For next year, to be able to do this stuff next year and bring you guys quality travel content and new stuff of that nature. And I guess the entire theme of this conversation for today is hope and looking forward to a better tomorrow. I know,
And putting forth the effort for that better tomorrow.
exactly, because we can hope all day, but if we don't put forth the effort for it, then all we're doing is hoping. But we need to hope for that change, and we need to
Take action
for that change. And I guess is that all you have to say?
That's all I have to say. outside of the score of this beer,
Yeah, we do need to score it.
8.5 out of 10.
I'll give it an 8. I'm not too much of a stout person, and I'm not too much of a coffee person, but I like this.
But the cocoa and vanilla notes make up for that. I like this too. Ironically, I'm sitting up here wondering, what can I mix this with?
Can't mix it with anything. I don't think.
Why not?
I forgot who I'm talking to.
You know, a beer cocktail can be pretty interesting.
So you said 8.5? And I'm going with 8.
Right now I'm thinking about, remember that hoodoo liqueur?
Yes.
I'm thinking about, what if you did hoodoo liqueur with this as like a boiler maker, or just a actual regular cocktail. But I'm going off task. 8.5. 8.5 out of 10.
I'm going 8. Because I like it.
Whenever you guys, Atlanta Brewing, I'm sorry. Whenever you guys, and you guys, I mean specifically Pontoon Brewing and Atlanta Podcast, whenever you guys team up, like,
there's always a quality product in the end. So I will say this. For those of you in the Atlanta area who are looking to purchase Black is Beautiful, it is in stores. We got ours at
Total Wine and More.
Yes, Total Wine and More. You can even, you can probably even go to Pontoon Brewing, click on their website, see if it's available to buy from them straight up. It may be in your local Atlanta liquor store as well. We think, like I said, we found ours at Total Wine.
Exactly, and it was clutch getting there.
Oh yeah,
because literally it was closed.
Yeah,
we literally got in there 3 minutes before it was closed. And I literally told the guy, I'm not even gonna waste your time. I just need this one thing. Just point me to it. I'll pick it up. I'll pay anything that it says. You know, because I know they've been there, and I know they have been there. They're ready to close, and I don't like to keep people held up like that,
especially in these COVID times.
Exactly.
You know they had to wear a mask all day.
Exactly. You know, and you know they probably were sticking strictly to the open and closing times, and if they're anything like me, they're like, let's just close early. And I wanted to give them that, but we needed to get this, so. And then 2 more people walked in right as I was walking out, so. Oh well.
But with that said, be sure to go out and pick this up. Support Black is Beautiful. And with that said, that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified for all content that comes to the channel. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter, of course. Keep hope alive. Until next time, peace.